Welcome back to the Westwolf podcast. I am your host, JD Jackson. As always, you can find me on Twitter, JD Jackson at the Westwolf Pod, and right here on YouTube at the Westwolf Podcast. Guys, Russell Westbrook and the Denver Nuggets have been a match made in heaven. Nikola Jokic and Russell Westbrook are basketball soulmates, in my opinion. But this podcast is going to be all about me telling you why Russell Westbrook has been such a great asset to the Denver Nuggets at a vet minimum salary, and how the Nuggets have made Russell Westbrook a better player himself. We're going to talk about that right here on the Westwolf Podcast. Let's get it. First, we're going to talk about Russell Westbrook as far as scoring and shooting. Guys, I'm going to talk about the two stats that really make a lot of sense. We're not the primary or secondary option. That, of course, would be Nikola Jokic and Jamal Murray. Russell Westbrook not being one of those top options. He is in the 96th percentile among all players in corner three-point shooting at 46%. It kind of explains why they're putting him in the corners at the very end of games, while Jokic and Murray do their two-man game. So as much as Russ fans don't really like it, want him to handle the ball, it does make sense for him to do it at least some of the time and share those point guard duties with Murray at the end of games. 46% is really great. Like I say, he's in the 96th percentile. I think he's 12th in the league among all players. Now, if you just take point guards, he's still in the 96th percentile, but he's second to only Jose Alvarado at 46%. Alvarado is at 50%, but Jose's only taken 23 pointers to Russell Westbrook's 50 corner three pointers. So Russell Westbrook's doing a great job in the corners, and that's one of the reasons why he's really meshing with the team. And you're able to put him in the corner, so he's able to be on the floor because he can hit those three pointers from the corner at 46% clip. That's awesome for Russell Westbrook. He's always been pretty good from the corners, but not quite 46%. This has been amazing. There was some rumblings that I was told that he would shoot a little bit better this season from the three-point line. Look, he had been that way for a long time, but those are people that are close to him, and that has come to fruition. He's been great in the corners. Last but not least, as far as shooting is concerned, Russell Westbrook is shooting at 65% at the rim. Now, if he keeps this up, I'm not making this up here. If he keeps this up, Russell Westbrook will have the greatest finishing percentage at the rim in his entire career in year 17 at 36 years old. Now, in the month of December, his finishing was above 70%. So it may creep up even more. And I think a lot of that has to do with him really taking his time and taking really, really efficient shots at the rim and really trying to find other players, especially Nikola Jokic, if it seems like it's going to be a tough finish for him to make. But I also think having Nikola Jokic as your center just makes the game a whole lot easier for you. Cleaner looks, great cuts by Russell Westbrook, great passing by Jokic. And honestly, Peyton Watson has also been really great at finding cutters and things like that throughout the season. So we talked about his shooting. Now we're going to talk about probably the most important thing as far as the Denver Nuggets is concerned. The Denver Nuggets in defensive rating is 19th in the league. Over the last month, I think it's 15 games, they're 24th in the league. Their defense is not getting better, it's getting worse. Now, a lot of it has to do with Aaron Gordon, to me, who's the best defender on the Denver Nuggets and the most versatile. But in my opinion, Russell Westbrook is the second best defender on the Denver Nuggets. Peyton Watson, to me, is also great. I'd probably put him at third. His ability to block shots and be able to guard multiple positions, I think, is very important. But Russell Westbrook has a defensive field goal percentage of 38% among top players in the league. I'll make sure I put it up there for you. Just going player by player. He's just been amazing on point of attack defense versus the best players in the league. And after the last win he just had, notching another triple double with Nikola Jokic, setting history, he said that he always wants to guard the best player on the other team, and he can guard 1 through 5. And I think that that's pretty much been the case this season. Yeah, sometimes Anthony Simons will get him, he'll get beat, but for the most part, Russell Westbrook has been great. Basketball is basketball. Sometimes you win some, sometimes you lose. But Russell Westbrook has been outstanding off the ball and on. Russell Westbrook ranks 11th among all players in the NBA in deflections. Now, Nikola Jokic is also in the top 10. I believe he's 5th or 6th. But just to show you that those two are really causing havoc, and Russell Westbrook really has been great at the point of attack for the Denver Nuggets. I think that's most important because I don't think the Denver Nuggets have a lot of great to good defensive players. I think it's Russell Westbrook, Aaron Gordon, and Peyton Watson. And then out there, also, I think Brown is pretty good as well. I just think sometimes Brown needs to get a little bit stronger because he can only guard certain positions and he can't really cross over that much. Now, and Brown is athletic. Sometimes he gets a block and a steal, and I think that's awesome. But again, I would rank them Aaron Gordon, Russell Westbrook, Peyton Watson, Christian Brown. The next thing I want to speak about, the Denver Nuggets really have a struggle rebounding. For the most part, Russell Westbrook, Jokic, and Michael Porter Jr. pretty much have to do all the rebounding themselves. They really, really struggle with it. Russell Westbrook, as far as offensive rebound, is in the 95th percentile in offensive rebound. Guys, he's a 6'3" point guard. He's just amazing. He gets you extra possessions. He's always on the glass. There's a video out there where Russell Westbrook tells Zubac that he is going to get the rebound if DeAndre Jordan misses the free throw. There's nothing Zubac can do about it. Guys, there was nothing Zubac can do about it. That's
Wasn't Westbrook?
I looked at Zubac. Zubac was standing wide over in the middle of the lane.
how elite Russell Westbrook is on the glass. He's the greatest rebounding guard of all time, and there really is no question about that. Look, guys, we all know that Jokic makes the game easier for everyone who's on the floor with him. But Russell Westbrook, one of the biggest reasons why he is doing so much for the Denver Nuggets, making the game so much easier, is because he makes the game so much easier for Jokic himself. Russell Westbrook, I can put up the numbers here for you, when he's only with Murray and when he's only with Russell Westbrook, and how the numbers differ versus both. Now, I think in order for them to win a championship, that number up there for both needs to be much better. It shouldn't go down. It should go up from Russell Westbrook and Nikola Jokic if you add Jamal Murray to it. That's where we want to get to. I'm not one that wants to say we have to pick one or the other. They both need to be great on the floor with Russell or with Nikola Jokic together. Now, what you're seeing though is that Russell Westbrook takes the load off of Nikola Jokic. Look at how Nikola Jokic's rebounds and assists go up when he's on the floor with Murray, but not with Russell Westbrook. Russell Westbrook just takes that load off of him. He gets some easy buckets. He's the greatest passer that I think that Jokic has ever played with. And it just makes the game easier for Jokic. It makes him more fresh. It's one of the reasons why I think that Russell Westbrook's really, really doing a great job on the Denver Nuggets and why they just love him. They know he'll run through a brick wall, and they know that he makes the game easier for Jokic, their superstar. So that's another reason why I think the Denver Nuggets are benefiting from the minimum signing of Russell Westbrook. He is making the game so much easier for Jokic, not just passing it to him. Russell Westbrook has had 90 assists to Jokic this season already, which is insane because he really just started playing with Jokic about a month ago. If you remember the beginning of the season, they really staggered him and didn't play him on the floor at the same time. Russ was exclusively playing with the bench. But in the last month, they have really built chemistry. He has 90 assists to Jokic already. I believe Jokic has about 38 to 39 assists to Russell Westbrook. They're just a great duo, a match made in heaven, basketball soulmates for sure. Last but not least, as a point guard, because he just makes the job easier for everyone around him. He's going to get the rebounds. He's going to get the offensive rebounds, X possessions. He's going to find you if you cut. He's going to make the game easier for Jokic. He's going to guard the best player. He's going to hustle on broken plays and get the ball back on steal. Or he's going to hustle and get a chase down block. He's going to do all of those things. And then also just as important, he is going to really make the young guys feel empowered and feel like they belong in this league. There's a reason why Peyton Watson looks so good now. There's a reason why Starfleet looks so good now. I'm not saying it's only Westbrook. I'm sure that Jamal Murray and Nikola Jokic are big time in that as well, but just from the history of Russell Westbrook and following him his entire career, honestly from UCLA, he's just making those guys feel like they belong. He's making them feel like they belong in the NBA and they have something to contribute to the Denver Nuggets. And they are screaming and yelling and flexing just like Russell Westbrook was his entire career. And those things matter. He's the ultimate teammate. And I just want to say that all of the stats that I have given you is per cleaning the glass, which means garbage time filtered. So this isn't stats that includes garbage time when they're down by 20 or they're beating a team by 20. Like these are real raw numbers from cleaning the glass, excluding garbage time. Russell Westbrook is an elite basketball player and an elite point guard, and the Denver Nuggets are benefiting from it, and the Denver Nuggets are benefiting from having Russell Westbrook on their team, and it's just a beauty to watch. Russell Westbrook's back, guys. He's back. He's better than ever. I'm so happy that he is a Denver Nugget. And so thank you guys so much for watching the Westwolf podcast. Really appreciate it. Please get to me on YouTube here. If you want to converse on Twitter, do that as well at the Westwolf podcast. JD Jackson at the Westwolf podcast on Twitter. I would love to converse with you guys, see what you guys think, see if you guys agree, see if you have anything to add. So hopefully I'll be doing these once a week to be a little bit more regular. Guys, I got soccer teams to coach and a business to run. It was just so busy. A wife, two kids. Try to be regular. I'm trying to do once a week podcast on the weekend so that everybody has something to watch either on the weekend or something to wake up to on Monday morning as they're going to work. Maybe you can put it on your major podcast platform. But guys, thanks so much for watching. Please hit that subscribe button. I would really appreciate it. As always, until next time. Peace.